GM, sir.
GM, welcome to From A to Z, an Aavegotchi podcast. Oh man, we're getting adjusted here. We got a whole new intro pitch. Aavegotchi is an on-chain DeFi NFT RPG where you can own land, farm resources, and build out your own metaverse home base within the Gotchiverse. From DeFi yields to PvP battles and community art curation, the ever-growing Aavegotchi ecosystem has something for everyone. I'm ZFi.
And I'm Zombie Shepherd. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's doing good. Things are great. Today was a big day for the Aavegotchi Thrivecoin potential partnership. So that's what I've been focusing on lately. We met to discuss like a pilot program to work on some potential community rewards system updates and additions, so we can get more of the contributions that are happening in the ecosystem rewarded and acknowledged with some Thrivecoin.
Oh, man.
So
Well, let's dive into that later in the show because I think we got a lot we
yeah,
could talk about with that.
for sure,
I
for
like the
sure.
Thrive guys. We've known them for a long time online. Got to meet them in person at ETH Denver. So I think
Nice.
there's a lot we can talk about with that, and that'll be a big discussion, I'm sure, in the DAO soon enough. But
Yeah, I
we'll
think
be
they're working on the
officially
proposal.
covering it on the show. So
Excellent.
um
So aside from that, I've just been, messing with stuff, doom scrolling Twitter like the rest of us. I was talking to Leonardo Gotchi last night, and he put my eyes on, what is it, Unicorn Protocol for building websites. And I was poking around to that, and I think I want to build a website on Unicorn Protocol just to see how it works. It looks like it'll supports Web3 code. You can connect your wallet, and that's something that I can't get out of WordPress. So new tools, new toys. It'll be fun.
yeah, exciting.
What about you?
I mean, it's been a slow bounce back from ETH Denver, not gonna lie. I've been, talking to people on Discord and Telegram. I've been getting back into the groove of trying to, play music. I have some big exciting like music news coming soon. I'm gonna be doing some releases, and anybody who's been listening to Zombie Time has probably already got some good alpha there and heard some of the songs that I'll be releasing. So if you like what I've been dropping of my personal music, you might be excited about that. And it's going to be on a new platform that I haven't used yet. It is some people that I met through Lens Protocol and working with Lens creators. So they have a Web3 NFT music DApp. I haven't really used it that much, to be totally honest. Like, I have tried to use it for playlisting, and I do plan to do some Zombie Time. Maybe I should make that a goal. Is like this week on Friday for Zombie Time, I should do a playlist from
Sure,
Beats.
man.
It's beats.xyz. So that's who I'll be
New
dropping.
tools are just as exciting as new
Yeah.
tracks.
So yeah, I'll be dropping an album with them, and it's going to be 9 separate songs, and I'm going to drop one song a week. I don't know when I'm going to start because, to be totally honest with you, I have a lot of work to do. The album is almost done, but I'm not happy with the vocals. I've been really beating myself up over this and not happy with the vocals, and I'm trying to finish the album, and I also need to do a lot of writing as far as like, I want this to go well. I want to be talking about it on Lens a lot. So I need to like start really like getting my story together behind this album. And I still haven't even done any of the visual art. Like, I might tap into AI for this and do it all myself, like I did with Blood and Honey.
A lot of tools out there. Chat
Or I may
GPT
need
4
to,
launched today.
yeah, I mean, I could ask Gerline for some help, but she's also, we're going to be doing Lone Raffle and Sus, so I really don't want to be distracting her too much. So also, if any artists in the crowd want to reach out to me and collaborate for this album, I'm down and open to work with people. So I just haven't really thought a whole lot about the visual side because I'm trying to finish the damn album.
Could be some exciting collabs then in the works.
Yeah, could be. It would be
Cool.
interesting to see, whether it's one artist help me with all 9 pieces of art or 9 artists help me with one song a piece. It would be cool to collaborate and figure that out. I think this is more of a touch grass subject, but I think that Lens Protocol now has creator splits. So I think that, like,
Is it ready?
I believe creator splits are ready. So I believe, like, if I was to collaborate with a visual artist, I could build into the post, them getting their split from every sale. Very bullish,
Like
very cool. That's what the creator economy is about. That's what Touch
Indeed.
Grass is all about. So, like, we'll cover more of that on Touch Grass. You know, we've had our time off with that show, and last night's show was more serious. We talked a lot about like banking and creator economy and like the more serious payment rails part of it, because that's the reality is you don't have an economy if you can't pay your bills. But we do need to dive back into like protocol updates and tools and stuff like that. We haven't done that in a while because of all the time off with ETH Denver and things like that.
We're working on that. We got a little bit of a structure upgrade for the show today, and I think we're going to pivot going forward to do a little bit more focus on the assets and the ecosystem and the DAO discussions as well. So, yeah, we're getting there. We're doing good. We're going to come back strong, I think. We're going to have a level up here.
Hell yeah. I'm excited. You know, we've been doing, you know, I'm excited about the things we've been doing, and I think we get 1% better every time, and that's the goal. But I think maybe, I don't know, today might be 5% better, 10% better. Who knows?
We'll see.
No pressure. No pressure.
I suppose that's a perfect transition here. Let's hop into the newly decorated segment, shall we? Not an overlay. We want a background. Hey, there we go. This is the Aavegotchi ecosystem updates section. We're going to take a look at some asset prices. We're going to check on the DAO proposals. Get everybody some good information. So, jumping right into the ecosystem asset updates, we got a brand new nice little ticker here. You can see all the prices across the bottom. Ghost tokens at $1.25. Maddox at $1.18. Maddox not going very far right now. Ghost is still riding the wave. You know, we rug our bonding curve. What do you expect? So we're going to go for a ride. Gotchi floor is up, 267 Ghost. Parcel floor is down, 18.9 Ghost, so you can scoop some discounted parcels. Alchemica, all slightly down. We got FUD at 0.0014, FOMO at 0.0068, Alpha at 0.0055, and Keck at 0.0157.
Absolutely.
I love this new setup.
I know, it's really cool. I like it.
As far as Discord announcements goes around rarity farming, I believe the snapshot's either coming up tomorrow or next week. We're close on the snapshot, right?
Today, right?
There we go. Okay, so I knew we were close.
Today. So wait, is it snapshot and then like 24 hours from snapshot you get?
The first round was pretty quick. That's
what I thought.
Like 2 days on the second one.
I looked today, like hours after I saw that there was an announcement saying the snapshot went out. I looked and I didn't have my Ghost. And I was like, maybe it's delayed. Maybe I've been bumped off the ladder. I don't know. Maybe I got bumped out.
I guess we'll have to see. Maybe they're just, like you said, maybe they're just delayed. I would say it's coming.
Yeah, I'm probably just delayed. I'm not worried about it. Cool.
And then into the DAO updates, as far as active proposals, it's a short list for this week. So we're going to dive in. I haven't read them in depth. I don't have enough of an understanding to on the fly summarize these. So I do want to dive in. I do want to check out some details. And we have the time to do it with only 2.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm actually pretty familiar. You know, I do the DAO calls. I stream the DAO calls with Hefe, so and no futuristic. So I'm pretty familiar with both of these.
Just getting our view adjusted here. Boom. Did I do that right? Did I just derp our view?
We're good. Let's just move on.
All right. So AGIP 68 and AGIP 69, both live on Snapshot right now. AGIP 69 is the Fund Fireball GG team to develop guilds prop. And we saw this as a SIG prop. And let's see, the changes from the SIG prop to the core prop. The initial request was for 25,000 Ghost. The funding for the core prop is 27,500 DAI at a fixed price of $1.10 per ghost from the original funding request. So there's a slight change there. Oh, I just lost your audio. We're doing this again, I guess.
That was no. I
Oh,
clicked the button.
sweet.
That was an accident.
Okay, cool.
No, can you do a screen share to show us the snapshot? Are you?
Yeah, let me get into that. I
Yeah,
have the tabs open here. Turn that one on.
Boom.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, we'll go back to.
What about that guy? I can make the window narrower.
Oh wait, no. Let's do what we were doing
That
before.
works.
I'm messing it up. You just continue on.
It's all new.
I'll worry about the format.
Okay, all right.
There
So I'll
you
jump
go.
into Aavegotchi here. Like I said, there's a little bit of a change from the SIG prop. It's just the request was indicated at 25,000 ghost. The core prop is now allocated or indicated in DAI at $1.10 ghost conversion fee or conversion rate. There was also some changes to the model. After all the information that they've gathered and the feedback that was received from the SIG prop, the properties of the new model are going to be an on-chain solution based on SAFE, which we know many of us are familiar with. It's pretty much the go-to multi-sig platform. So that makes it very convenient to pull all that guild data. Another excellent point is that there's no need for any guilds to move assets. Like, all this stuff's going to become visible, trackable, sortable automatically. So it's low lift for guilds to get in. They want a guild warehouse and an inventory page right out the box. So on day one, as guilds jump in, you're going to have new tools and all the help that you need, all the stuff you need to manage your guild. The flag, again, we talked about that in the SIG prop. It's been a minute, but it'll be a non-transferable NFT. And each guild will have their own flag. Next steps is teaching people how to use the SAFE app. So for those who are not familiar and not comfortable with SAFE yet, they've got a plan to teach people how to use it correctly. So there's a lot in this that I like. And when I initially saw the guilds page that Fireball GG created, I was a fan. So
yeah, it's a great website. I certainly use it quite a bit. And I mean, yeah, this is really cool. This is one step closer, I would say, to like district DAOs, to guild governance. Like, we need these types of things being, really worked on, and especially being worked on by, someone who, like Yannick, who is very plugged into these analytics and how these things work, and, an OG in the space for sure. So yeah, I'm really supportive of this. I think this was a good idea. And obviously, like you said, we're very used to using Gnosis. And so this is like, it makes sense for all guilds to kind of be plugged into the same tooling overall.
I agree. A little bit easier for, comparison between guilds and connection between guilds. Seems like a good approach.
And I mean, it's really not that much Ghost.
For what they're planning to develop here, I would agree. Deliverables are even listed in outline format. This was one of the proposals that I spotted before and said this is a well-written proposal. But yeah, it's pretty clear what's expected and reasonable request.
And yeah, this one was like kind of really explained based on these. If you can like go to that post-it note section, that was like part of the original like Miro board of what we were kind of explained how this would work. So that flow is,
it's about all the detail I can get out of that.
yeah, that flow is just basically how things would flow between, I'm guessing, like different multi-sigs, different branches of the guild. I think it's pretty cool, and it could be, I mean, yeah, it's saying it's going to build with other projects and other, other implementations. Will be able to like tap into this guild thing. And to me, especially since we're in this cocoon phase with the DAO, this could be the early tooling that starts out things like the wearable crest. And
Interesting.
the
Yeah.
guild lodges and like the infrastructure we need for those things. If you build this right here, then maybe you start to, you start to have more of the things to just build on instead of, yeah. Instead of Pixelcraft having to build the whole thing out from scratch, it's almost like if we start doing our own district DAO governance and our own on-chain tools and protocols and saying, hey, Pixelcraft, we have things we want to do, like the Forge. The Forge kind of like took on this role of like the wearables task force and said, we're going to manage wearables. We're going to pay attention to this thing, and we're going to create tools that allow not just really management top down, but really like allows the community to treat these assets as they want. If they want to destroy a bunch of assets, they can do that. So it is a cool feature that I think unlocks, so I think everybody, who's big in this space and everybody who really cares about Aavegotchi protocol and the Gotchiverse should be thinking about building tools that that make the things that we want to see possible.
I think that's well put. So that's AGIP 68 there. The vote's a simple yes or no, fund it or don't, and the ask is clearly in the ask there, or in the line there. So that's AGIP 68. Head over to AGIP 69, and this is our securing protocol rewards.
Check.
Oh, AGIP 69. Okay, all right. Hey, we made it. We made it.
We made it to AGIP 69. Cheers, lads.
Yes, party emoji with 2 A's. All right, so here we are with the securing protocol rewards. I was not able to dive into this one. Zombie, if you've got a better idea of this and could give like an
we're still looking
overview.
At 68, just so you
know.
know.
Thank you. Share tab. There we go. Switch it over. I forget when I switch tabs.
You got to switch.
Studio doesn't
view.
follow me.
Yeah,
I gotta hit the button. Yep. So here's our AGIP 69. This is our buyback. So I've only seen and heard bits and pieces of this. I don't think I have a comprehensive enough grasp to give a high-level overview. So if you could start on this one, I think that would be a better approach.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. Why not? So like this is also one I haven't like really dived into super deep, but I do know that Bearded set up a buyback bot that is going to be. All right, let me start over on this. Let me All right, so basically, if you go back to AGIP 65, we initiated the split of what's going to happen with the funds coming out of the curve. There was 25% of those funds going to rarity farming. That 25% of the DAI that was allocated for rarity farming is going to be used in this buyback bot to buy back Ghost over the next 18 months. And that Ghost is what will be used for the rarity farming.
I see.
There you go.
So it's kind of a double dip.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good idea because, I think also with the Ghost bonding curve being, Ghost is now, it's free, and all that exists is the tokens that exist. And I think they said it's something like 65 million. Is that
Did it get that high? I knew it was
maybe
62
million. Like it's maybe you're right. It might even be 59 million. So it's a lower number than we expect, I guess, or we expected. So yeah, like with that, we are buying back our Ghost to make sure that we have it, and then being able to pay it out for rarity farming, and in this case, just for rarity farming. But it also means that if we're not dipping into our other DAO funds for rarity farming, because between the Forge and this buyback, there should be plenty of revenue coming in for rarity farming. So the other Ghost and DAI can be used for other proposals to bring other forms of income into the Gotchiverse. Nice. So via the DAO, similar to what we did with ETH Denver and other plans that we might have in the future. So
I just did a quick lookup for fact checks because I like numbers. CoinGecko says circulating supply of Ghost is just over 51 million. So if we've got a circulating supply of Ghost just over 51 million, that's all we'll ever have. 51,157,239. So there's our Ghost cap. I mean, if the bonding curve is gone, can't print anymore. It's that forever. So I kind of I like what I see. Originally, I was a little hesitant when I saw that some of these protocol rewards were being set aside for rarity farming. It was like, okay, more to rarity farming. Here we go again. But I also had my hesitation about the buyback. Quite frankly, I wasn't quite sure how it was going to work, who was doing it, how it was being run, what the strategy was. This helps clear some of those things up. So now you know you've got Ghost going up because we're buying it. We've got
the more you know.
yeah, right. We can do like a rainbow animation. We'll see if we can level that one up. Yeah, that'd be fun. But yeah, so if we're buying back Ghost,
Rusty, can we get it in post?
Yes.
Rusty says we can get it in post.
Editing Cat says yes, we're approved. Very good. Switching back to that tab here. The allocation is what interested me. The biggest thing that struck me about this. Oh, what's going on here? I'll share that tab. Zoop. There we are. So the allocation of the buybacks are very front loaded. So the first few months, it looks like these are going to be the largest buys. And then over time, it trails off, like you said, for 18 months. So looks like now is the time. Not financial advice, but there's going to be some buy pressure through a smart contract.
Right.
So there's that.
Yeah. For the next 18 months, we will see a steady buy pressure. Well, like you said, it will drop off over the next 6 months where it will level out, as you see from that chart. So at month 5, it will reach a flat level. And what is that level? So that's 4% buyback. Like
yep.
So yeah, and then it'll stay at 4% for the remaining 18 months.
That seems really long. I'm kind of surprised.
No, I think it's
that's cool though. It's just long-term, slow, sustainable, steady.
Well, the other thing to think about here too is if Ghost is mooning, then each one of these 4% represents less Ghost every time, because this is DAI. This is stables buying Ghost.
I see.
So right now, that 15% is buying $1.25 Ghost today, and then but in 5 months, if we have $5 Ghost, then it's 4% of a $5 Ghost is nowhere near what it's buying right now.
Significantly fewer units.
Significantly fewer units, exactly.
This looks a little bit like the glitter emissions curve. All up front, and then it just trails off, flattens out. Very interesting.
I had to hit you with the Kermit sip on that one.
Oh, yes.
But that's none of my business.
Indeed. So yeah, big things happening for the Ghost token. I also saw Thrax's video. Thrax has been pumping out some awesome videos lately. Quick shout out to Thrax here, because I think he's the only one running videos over there. But the one that has the Ghost token, the animated vote, the shutdown of the curve, I thought he nailed it. You know the video I'm talking about, right? Maybe I should find it on Twitter.
I don't know. Maybe I haven't. Maybe we should watch this video on the screen here. We should see Thrax's awesome work. I always love a Thrax video. He's pretty cool, pretty good editor. I mean, like he said before, well, I didn't make all the assets in there. Like I didn't make that animation. It's like, dude, a good edit is a good edit, bro. Take that credit.
I'm still looking for the tweet. Keep buying me some time.
Yeah, I mean, you put me on the spot, so like,
no, sorry,
you're literally like, way to harpoon me, bro.
Sorry. I thought I had it. I went straight to Thrax's profile, and I'm like, oh, I'll scroll here, but I think it's on the Aavegotchi main profile.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Well, now you've given away the alpha that, a lot of those really good edits you see on the Aavegotchi Twitter are done by our community member and awesome fake Gotchi artist, Mr. Thrax himself.
There we go.
So bullish. Yeah, see, the other thing is I can't scroll right now to go. I'll just talk more about the bonding curve while you're searching for it. But
Perfect.
um, couple of things to add in there. So for one, the tool is use gelato and it's pulling the best rates that it can possibly get from different dexes. It's like, so that's pretty cool. It's not just like a straight, quick swap contract or something like that. It's like doing it's looking for the best possible route to buy these tokens. So that's cool because it's also buying from multiple markets. It's, you know what I mean? It's
Oh, it's like an aggregator. Cool.
Right. Gelato allows aggregation. So yeah, they'll be able to pull different dex pools. So that's pretty cool. Also, it's saying that they'll be able to toggle for slippage rate. But so just a little like the funding request is 5,000 DAI to complete the contract. So I guess you would say, I mean, that's at 25% of, I don't know, what is it going to be, like 2 million DAI or something like that they're going to end up getting. So like 5,000. Yeah. So like
the 25%. I think the
25%,
of
I
the
think, is something like 2 million DAI.
of the
So,
curve.
and so they're asking for 5,000 of the DAI out of 2 million to complete a buyback contract. I think that's fair enough. You got to get paid for your dev work. That seems pretty reasonable.
And devs are hard to find right now. You get good devs in Web3, high demand for sure.
Right. So
I did find the video.
Oh, killer. So we should full screen that.
She's just redecorating for me. I'll let her do her thing.
Go ahead and share that tab, sir.
Share this tab. Check me on audio. Your audio.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I do remember seeing this. I do remember seeing this because I remember your comment underneath it. So up and to the right is up and to the left is a new one.
All new territory.
All new territory going up.
I didn't expect the rocket ship to the left.
Yeah, that was new. Well, that's how you know it's not financial advice because the rocket's going the other way. Like if the rocket was going to the right, the SEC could pop in and be like, hold on, you're telling people up and to the right. It's like, no. We went the whole other direction. Like we're going over
it's a
there,
rocket ship.
bro.
It's just an animation. It doesn't suggest or imply anything. It's just a cool rocket ship. I even added my shrug emoji disclaimer just in case.
Unlike this lone raffle and sus, which is going up and to the right to slightly hint that maybe you should be bullish on this project.
Glad I have one of those. Glad I've got one.
Oh, yeah. Actually, speaking of which, Gerline is on her way home and will be meeting us in the sus chat in the Zimtimo server, where we will be doing our top secret lone raffle and sus planning. It's going to be public at this moment. We're not like gating anybody by lone raffle and sus tattoos yet.
Yeah.
I said tattoos, not fake gotchis. You got to actually get. No, we're not gating by fake gotchis yet, but this is more like open, come hang out with us, public-y type chat.
Cool. Is there a link we can share? Get some friends directed toward that spot?
Yeah, I do have a tweet with a Discord link, so I might as well, maybe I'll drop that tweet.
Nice.
Quick
side note, off topic to help buy some time, pay you back. GPT-4 is out today, friends. So if you're into playing with AI, it's time. GPT-4 just leveled up.
Why did you just tell everybody that this show was created by Chat GPT-4 and we're not even here?
We are GPT-4. This is one big advertisement for GPT-4. The whole time we've been running as just scripts on GPT-4. No.
You got us. Bam.
It was a very smart and very well-trained AI. What is it? For loops, because it even caught the fumbling errors and the inability to switch tabs. It's very realistic. It's hyper-realistic version 4.
Oh man.
But yeah, you can tell it to make a picture. You can interpret things about a picture. You know what?
I don't even know what that means.
I will drop a link to the OpenAI site. There is a video. That's not video introducing. If you subscribe to ChatGPT Plus, the $20 a month version, you get access to GPT-4. The free version isn't doing it yet.
So wait, it's only $20 a month?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like $43. $20 isn't as bad.
For what it seems to do, it's very good. All right, so I'm going to drop this link.
You see, Rusty, we're not friends today because Rusty broke my Zimtimo mug jumping up here and acting a fool.
Cats doing cat stuff.
Cats being cats. So he's just out of camera in this view, but he's ready to break my Disney mug now. But I'm drinking out of a Disney mug because he broke my Timo mug. This is not right. I haven't drunk out of this thing since I got the Zimtimo mug, really. Because, got to be on brand.
Upgrades, yeah. Why downgrade when you don't need to? I mean, I stuck with my upgraded mug.
Why rep somebody else's animation studio when I have my own?
There you go.
Cool. No, big ups to Disney. I hope they make it out there in this market. I hope they're all right,
So, all right, we had a couple more topics on the tweet, the intro tweet list. We wanted to talk a little bit about ETH Denver, a little bit about banking, a little bit about.
It's true. We got to redive back into intro news. That's
right.
To get
when we shuffled the order of things, figured it all out. So, should we talk about bank runs first? I mean, we did a little bit yesterday, but holy moly! First, we had the run on stablecoins. Run on stablecoins, depegging DAI, depegging USDC. People are freaking out. We got Coinbase shutting down withdrawals. There's all sorts of stablecoin fear. And then Monday we get bank collapses. And now people are like, oh, I need to go pull all my money out. So we get more bank collapses. And we get the second largest bank collapse in U.S. history on Friday and the third largest bank collapse in U.S. history on Monday. And now
I haven't heard this many crypto bros openly tweeting about pegging in,
all of a sudden it's important. So I guess I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you have less than $250,000 in your account, the FDIC insures all of it. There may be a delay in between when you can access it and when the bank collapses. Reverse. When the bank collapses and when you can access it. But you will get 100% of your... That's what the FDIC is for. The people who are really getting wrecked here are shareholders. But, I mean, you bought a risk asset. So you're taking a gamble on the risk. That's part of the gamble.
Right.
But it's contagious. I mean, we're seeing...
Well, the consumers always end up ultimately paying the price, no matter who took the risk on.
The taxpayer.
Yeah, the taxpayer, probably even some shareholders over 250K maybe take a haircut.
For sure. Yeah, it's only protected up to 250. So if you've got more than 250, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, split it into a second account and it will be also covered,
Well, the other thing too is I was thinking about this because I have to rewatch our episode. So I ended up rewatching Touch Grass like twice between editing and reposting and trying to look for clips, which I still haven't cut any clips out, but I think I found a few couple that are good. Okay. But anyway, I was thinking about that because it's not just split it into another account, split it into another bank.
Yeah, exactly.
Splitting into multiple accounts in the same bank probably doesn't offer the same protection as moving to a totally different bank. This is called 100%. Diversification. You would think people with over $250K would know how to not put their money all in one bank.
Yeah.
But
there it is. Could be a temporary thing. You still don't want to get stuck temporarily.
Well, it is one of those common misconceptions that being rich means you're smart and that being poor means you're stupid. And it's like, As if
you can be really rich and still collapse a bank.
Yeah, that's true.
They took customer deposits and invested them into 10-year treasury bonds. What are you going to do when the customer needs their money back in less than 10 years? They committed to like a 1% interest rate for 10 years.
That's not even like...
I'm not a banker, and I can tell you that that was stupid. I wouldn't have done it. Commit to 1% interest for 10 years? What? Lipstick in my Valentino white bag?
I guess because it was 0% interest rates at the dollar at the time, but still, like, any blip and it's over.
Yeah.
And obviously,
To
we
bank
didn't
on
just
one
blip.
being the
We
best.
blip, 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 blip. What are we at like now? 7-8% inflation on the dollar? Like,
even rates alone are greater than that.
I don't look anymore. I'm afraid of heights. No, my loans aren't bad interest rates though. I have decent credit, so I get decent rate loans. So I haven't noticed that much, I guess.
Take your wins, right?
Hey, it's even better if you just use Aave. You know what I mean? Like, anytime I can use Aave instead of a meat space loan, you goddamn right.
Much better, yeah.
I mean, I don't recommend people take up leverage, especially when it comes to like trading and stuff like that. But if you're going to take loans, if you're going to take a loan, an Aave loan, and I've said this a couple of times, but an Aave loan is cheaper every day because like you're paying 1 to 3% on that usually with the variable interest rate. And then like, even if you get liquidated, you're taking a 10% haircut. Most loans are going to hit you with a 3 to 8% haircut up top anyway.
And then wreck your credit permanently.
And then you still have whatever interest rate might be attached to it after that. So I would argue that like you're going to either break even or do out better with an Aave loan, even if you got liquidated.
And assuming all else is the same and everything else is a break-even 1-to-1 comparison, Aave is still better in the fact that it's self-custody, on-chain, auditable. Like, you don't have to trust a third party.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, when the Tornado Cash thing happened, and there was the OFAC sanction stuff, and at Ethereum's height, I think it was something like 70, maybe even 80% of validators were like doing the OFAC like compliance for just a few days. It wasn't very long, but Aave went down for that day. They were like, hey, because of OFAC stuff, we've taken the website down. Here's a link to go run your own front end if you need to get in. So they basically like took down the website, but gave you the ability to do it yourself if you needed to, which I didn't need to, so I didn't do it. And I don't know if there was a technical lift there, and it might have not been easy for anyone. But the point being that Aave went down for 24 hours and gave you a back door.
Love that. You're not going to get that from a bank.
Right.
You know, they're going to be worried about protecting their own assets. I did drop a link for the MEV watch, and I can share this tab too if we want to. Yeah. But there's a live tracker on how many blocks post merge have opted to be OFAC compliant. Let me share.
All time. Oh, how many blocks? So that would be like, where did we go?
Yeah, what the heck? We're on the right mode. Let me turn it off. Go back to this. Go back to that.
There we go.
That's the one we're looking for. Okay, so it's watching to see how many validators care.
But this is in real time.
Yes.
Oh, you can show all time. I see. Okay, cool. So, oh man, I guess we don't need to do that.
Maybe you can show all time.
But the point is, yeah, over 30 days, it's down to 43%. I think over the last hour, it was only 40%. At all-time high, I think it was up to like 70%. And that was when Bitcoiners were really like ripping into it. It's like, oh, you're on a censored chain. And it's like, the reality is, even if some validators are censoring, it just means like you have to like go around until you find the validator that lets you through. It's not.
It just
You're
takes a
not
little
censored.
longer. Yep. The network's not shut down. It's
It
just
took
run a
25
little
seconds
slower.
instead of 15.
Exactly.
Which sucks if you're trying to like, buy an NFT or, something like that, where like, even if you're trying to make a trade. But I would also say, like, I don't know. I guess it's just those blocked addresses. I guess that's where I'm like a little like I guess what I mean is, like, if you have a wallet that's been OFAC sanctioned, then you're probably not going to be trying to do any trades from that wallet. You're probably like going to be sending things out to be like, all right, I need to get the hell out of this wallet. I guess the problem there is, does the wallet you send it to become tainted? Is that one now OFAC blocked? Are they updating this thing in real time, or is this like there was a set of addresses that interacted with Tornado Cash and those are sanctioned, but nobody else? How does that work? We don't know, because the government is a black box that does whatever the hell it wants, including arresting people for free speech. So,
yeah. Did you write this? Get in the car.
Hey, did you write this code? Yeah, we're afraid that people we don't like in a country that we've been bombing for 20 years might have used your code.
Might fight back.
Yeah. You're going to jail. 20-year-old dude. This dude's like 25, right? He's not like,
I don't remember. Younger guy though. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so destroy this kid's life over your like bullshit games.
Thanks for being smart and trying to protect people.
Right.
Figures.
Poor dude. Any more to say on these bank runs or any of this crap, or do we want to move to the next? We got about.
Make sure you got your rent covered. Don't run your bank.
Yeah, watch Touch Grass if you want to talk more about bank runs and that whole thing. We had a whole discussion on it. We went through kind of the history of Bitcoin a little bit and the bank runs that started this whole thing and related it, and even though it is totally different. It is different, not totally, but there's enough parallels to bring it up.
Exactly. And as like we said, in the Web3 creator economy, this is a lot of our jobs. There has to be a way to off ramp. There has to be a way to go from creation of Web3 to bills and groceries. So without those banks, without those off ramp options, it's not awesome.
I mean, I even had problems in Denver because you know how, and I should stop using MetaMask, but you know how MetaMask like will do that thing where it just like for some reason on your extension it will forget to exist. It will just be like, oh, I don't work anymore. And you have to like, have you ever had that where MetaMask just like won't load ever? It just stops loading.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And like, so it started doing that when I was in Denver. So I was no longer able to make any transactions whatsoever because my MetaMask, and because I didn't have the seed phrase on me. I'm not that stupid to just have my seed phrase in my pocket. So I'm basically
I thought y'all were carrying around in the little stamped goodie bags.
Yeah. So I'm basically like, oh, this wallet is now useless until I get home. And actually I still haven't restored it because it's on my laptop and I have the wallet on my desktop. So I didn't need to like restore it. I haven't even fucked with it. But that's just another little thing. Like if you get separated from your seed phrase for a long period of time, like, and you can't access that wallet, you suddenly can't do transactions with that wallet. Smart contract wallets. I'm so excited about this because people are actually starting to talk about it now. But like, I've been talking about it for at least a few weeks, if not a couple months now, about smart contract wallets, and now it's starting to be a buzz. But smart contract wallets will change this because you'll be able to set like parameters that allow you to access a wallet from somewhere else, under certain conditions.
True. Defined conditions.
Defined conditions.
Defined conditions. Those are going to be great for situations like sudden death. There's no real great way to execute a will for someone regarding their cryptocurrency.
That's absolutely true.
So
if you die, how do people get your shit? They just got to know where your seed phrase is. Like
they don't. Thanks for burning. Thanks for your permanent lock.
Right. Oh man. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, in that situation, if you were to have a smart contract wallet, you could very easily enable like a dead man switch or a second custody. Maybe I want my brother on my wallet.
You just
If
made me
anything happens to
realize,
me, he's got access.
in like a sci-fi fantasy type of way, are like these lost bitcoins and these lost crypto, this early dust and all this stuff that's gone now, is this the buried treasure of the future? Like, is this the stuff that like people in
Hackers
future
will find these
societies
things.
will look back and be like, how do we get to the lost bitcoins?
I would believe it for sure, man. If they're like $1 million a pop or whatever, there's going to be a strong incentive to mine landfills for thrown out hard drives, spend hours and hours brute forcing a wallet that you stole and don't have the private key. Like, there will be plenty of opportunities, and I guarantee it'll be a field day.
I heard two
Why not?
interesting things regarding ordinals NFTs. Those are the Bitcoin NFTs, the new thing they're doing
Yeah,
with
yeah.
inscriptions. I heard two things. One, I heard that an inscripted set is literally that set.
It's
Just
one
like,
specific Satoshi. Yes.
but there's no differentiation in your wallet between that Satoshi and any other Satoshi. So you could accidentally, if you're not paying attention, send your NFT to someone thinking that you're just making a Bitcoin payment.
Ooh,
Because
so if they're
this
doing
set
that,
doesn't look like any other set if you're not paying attention. And what's funny is, because you and I had a conversation about this early, where I was like, is a Bitcoin a Bitcoin? Like, can you find, and you were like, no, Bitcoin is Bitcoin. It's all fungible. And you're right. But there is a barcode to that Bitcoin, and that set belongs to this Bitcoin. Like,
oh,
so like,
interesting.
yeah, there is, like, that is the point of it being a ledger, is this set exists right here. So these ordinal NFTs, this inscripted set is this one, and not being able to clearly identify it means you might accidentally lose it.
Yikes.
Um
Just
and
to
then
set up
the
a separate wallet then, right? You got to be
I guess
proactive
so.
about your
Like, if you
security.
make an ordinal, or like you're gonna make NFTs, make sure that wallet only ever has. But you got to think, you still have to use gas to mint. You're still using Bitcoin. So there still has to be Bitcoin in your wallet besides the ins.
Ooh,
So you have to pay attention
interesting.
to which ones are your NFTs and which ones are your gas money. Um,
I haven't messed with all that, but that is,
I haven't
for
either. I
those who
was
have,
really
that's important to keep
interested,
on the radar.
and I know ordinals had a lot of popularity coming out the gate, and it started to wane. And maybe something I never get into because it seems too It's not like going to mint an NFT on Ethereum where you can just go to Rarible and mint an
No.
ordinal. It's not like
You
that.
have to learn to run your own
You
Bitcoin
got to
node.
know somebody who's got a Bitcoin node and be like, dude, make me an NFT with your Bitcoins. Like, yeah, it's not happening. I was interested in doing a lot of research into it. But the other thing that I heard about ordinals is that now I think you can go back and inscript any set. So I think there's an ability to go back and like I guess it would have to be any set that you own.
That's what I was going to ask.
So I don't think it has to just be like, I don't know, maybe what I'm saying doesn't even make sense now that I'm like,
It makes sense to me, and I hope you can only inscribe your own sats, because if
well,
that's not the case, we're going to have the same spam, the same
tagging
NFT
other people's
spam.
Bitcoins.
Right, we're going to have the same, airdrop NFT bullshit that we end up in our OpenSea wallets and can't get rid of because they're traps most of the time. You know what I mean?
Bro,
So we don't need that. Hopefully, it's the only you can inscribe your own. Like,
slapped a Pepe eggplant on my Bitcoin. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I mean, if it's possible, it's coming, but I hope it's not possible. If something like that exists, now Bitcoin's also a messaging system because you can target specific addresses and send
well, that's kind of
messages.
bullish, because if people want to spam you a Bitcoin NFT, they just sent you a Bitcoin.
Or at least part of one. I'll take it.
This is also kind of like the idea of like, actually, I don't know. So this is where Bitcoiners don't see this as bullish, but it's like, if you think about it, NFTs, especially layer one NFTs are just wrapped ETH.
Yeah.
So an inscribed
Well,
Bitcoin is at least worth the value of the Bitcoin. But if the art is good, it's worth more than the value of the Bitcoin.
Right. So your one particular sat is actually worth 4,000 sats.
So even though it's kind of a backdoor thing, it's actually almost, if you think about it, it's similar to Aavegotchi because, okay, so like a Bitcoin NFT is literally a Bitcoin with art on it. Somebody literally inscribed art on a Bitcoin NFT. Look, we both got cats now.
Yes.
And then, like the super villains we are. So it's literally an inscribed Bitcoin. And then, whereas an Ethereum NFT is not an inscribed ERC20. It's an ERC721. So, or an 1155. So but they're still like wrapped Ether because you're basically putting ETH in to get the thing and you're expecting to get the same amount of ETH out.
I guess, yeah, then you hope it's wrapped, and then you hope it's like wrapped Bitcoin.
Right.
Or wrapped Matic, wrapped Ether.
Yeah. Huh. It is.
I don't think it's quite.
But the reason I compared it to Aavegotchi is because an Aavegotchi is an ERC721, but it has to have a collateral spirit force to bring it to life. And so I feel like that kind of, in a way, ties it in this collateral way where, like, unlike other NFTs, this thing actually does have a collateral backing the same way that an ordinal does, because an ordinal is written on money.
Right.
And that's a lot of why Bitcoiners were like, this is blasphemy. It's almost like tagging $1. You know what I mean? You take a $20 bill and you put a bunch of tags on it. Yeah. Where is George?
You've seen those where it's like someone just stamps a bunch of their dollars and sends them out, but you end up with some litter dollars.
But I'm talking more like when you turn George into Waldo, and you turn Abe into Waldo.
Great example. That's art.
Yeah, art. So you can inscribe dollars, you can inscribe Bitcoins, and in a way, like Aavegotchis are inscribing wrapped collateral on Polygon. So, and then you're able to like even further decorate it with the wearables, and then it's also a wallet because you just get your rarity farming tokens.
All their ERC20s, all their 721s, all their 1155s.
And you can also put more A tokens in it, which has also always been like funny to me because, like, yeah, like it is weird to me that those A tokens are separate from your A tokens. They're in the Aavegotchi. They truly are, because unlike your other assets, you can see them in your MetaMask or your Zapper or wherever you're looking at your tokens. You don't see your Aavegotchi spirit force there. It really is not in that. It is a wallet separate from your wallet in a sense. And like, in a way, it's almost like a privacy wallet because everything in your Aavegotchi is in there if you don't look. Ooh.
My gears are going.
Delete.
Yep. Okay, so we are about at the end of our show here. Before the sirens go off. They're just cute ghosts. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there's nothing to see here.
That's funny. But, I mean, I joke, but we are at the end of the show here. I didn't have any other big topics. I didn't have any other things to address.
Was there something we missed? Oh, we didn't get into Thrivecoin very much. I would say.
Oh, we didn't go into detail there. Yeah.
You know what? We can just open this discussion with this. Like, if there's anything, so if you don't understand Thrivecoin, go look it up. I'll give you a quick. Or you want to do a quick TLDR? You think you got a good?
I was going to get a link, but I can do a TLDR if you want to drop a link.
I'll do the and then I'll follow you up.
Okay, perfect.
That's what I was going to say.
So Thrivecoin is a contributor rewards platform. We've both Zombie and I have been familiar with it because Bankless DAO uses it, and it was a great success for the trial run that they did in Bankless DAO. And essentially what it aims to do is to reward as many contributors in an ecosystem as possible. If you are contributing, if you are engaging, if you are, participating to a material level, that value can be captured and rewarded. So for example, I can speak at least a little bit about the Bankless DAO setup. Things like if you post a tweet and you tag the Bankless DAO account, you get 5 points. Or if you're participating in the discourse and you're on the forum and you're posting, maybe you posted a post, you get 10 points. But if that post gets a lot of engagement, if a lot of people like it, if a lot of people comment on it, you might get more points because it identifies that engagement that you were participating in had a further reach, was somehow more valuable to, like, as a contribution. So what ThriveCoin does is it just pulls from all these sources. You can tell it to read from Excel sheets, and you can tell it to read from the blockchain, and it can read from Notion, and it can just pull from all these like public data records. Anything that is verifiable, it can track and reward. So we're going to see if the community supports this, but the idea is a potential partnership to see if we can integrate ThriveCoin rewards to help reward some more of our contributors. So I have great hopes. I saw the potential in Bankless, and I'd like to see that same potential in Aavegotchi.
I want a chippy location, a Bankless chippy location from ThriveCoin. First season it was at
Nice.
Bankless.
Which one did you get?
Castle Ethereum, I think. I don't.
That's
Yeah,
a
I
good
think
one.
that I don't remember off the top of my head, but I mean, you and I are both part of the team at this point, and we would like to. I think it's going to open up to the DAO discussion to be who will be part of the ThriveCoin team. But as of right now, you and I are part of it, and we'd like to be part of the ThriveCoin team. And as
Absolutely.
our role in community members and community leaders, like I would like to be part of this idea of like helping to really be part of seeing who's actually contributing and bringing value and helping to reward those people and having a hands-on approach with it. And so, y'all had a lot of great ideas in the call today, and I've had a lot of great ideas about things I think would be valuable. But this is kind of a call to action to the community. If you think that there's things that you would like to see rewarded, the types of behaviors and types of things, besides just retweeting, there's a possibility for maybe like lens integrations. There's a possibility for definitely Discord and discourse integrations. And what do we as a community think are valuable contributions that should be rewarded? And that reward will be in our 5 native tokens. We'll have Ghost plus Alchemica, and later we can open up to possibly like NFT rewards and other things, as so this could almost be like rarity farming in a sense, but it's more like, I guess you could say it's engagement farming, but it's more like
for sure,
people who are actually here and doing things and noting that, like, because people are like, oh, just like talking in Discord isn't worth anything. It's like, no, like that's what a DAO is talking in Discord.
It's activity, it's engagement.
So,
if you're not there talking in Discord, it's just a ghost town.
Right.
No pun intended.
Ghost chain.
So I feel good about Thrive.
I feel pretty good about Thrive, and I definitely would like to be tied into that team and part of like seeing what the community thinks is valuable. I think even as content creators anyway, this is valuable knowledge for us, because like we need to know, like as content creators, what do you find valuable about this show? What can we do better? What can we do to make you keep coming back and want to get your information from us?
And what aren't we doing that you've been wanting to see? Because we're always looking to level these things up.
And the other thing is like providing value to the DAO in general. And we could make this show something, we could step this show up if the DAO sees value in a lot of, like, knowing what the DAO sees value in means that we can add those things to the show as well. And
knowing if the DAO values it is
valuable
as well. Maybe we find out that we're not providing the value that we think we are to the community. So we got to know, if we are or not. That's what keeps us on track.
So yeah, give us ThriveCoin feedback of things that you think are valuable, but also give us personal feedback about this show, because I have asked people quite a few times what they think about the show and what they think about what we should be doing. And I get a lot of the same answers, where people do appreciate our takes on the DAO proposals and our coverage of the DAO proposals, and the fact that it is rather objective. We don't overly insert our opinions. And then other people have also said in that same breath, but maybe you could afford to be a little more opinionated sometimes and tell us what you really think. And I don't think we're like overly like hide our feelings, really. These things do affect us, but I think we do try to provide objective coverage of things and be fair to both sides of it, even when we may not necessarily like the proposal or whatever. It's not fair to give a proposal bad coverage because of our personal opinion. So
right. The details have to be there. If the details show that it's a good proposal, then whether I feel supportive or against it, you've got a solid proposal, and that's the important bit, that information transmission.
Right. So yeah, I think feedback is always awesome. So really appreciate that. And we got a friend here peacing out. Coolness. So we're gonna peace out with you, my friend.
Thanks for coming by.
It's always fun hanging out with y'all. And don't forget, we are doing GM with GMI every morning, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. UTC. We are also doing what are we doing? We're doing Lone Raffle and Sus Hangout right now in the Sus chat in the Zimtimo server. I'm sending out a tweet right now on that. There's also one in the chat already that's linking the Discord server. And yeah, man, we'll see y'all there. Peace out, friends.